Bottom.
It's recording this.
It's about damn time.
What's happening, everybody? Backstreet Sports here with the whole
Piece
crew.
of Swiss cheese.
Max, Tyre, Tanner, Chris.
What's up?
What's going on?
The whole crew's back today. Lots to get to. Phils, Eagles, OTAs. Let's get right into it. Philadelphia Phillies started, big road trip this week in Chicago on Monday. Had a big win and then dropped the last two. A lot of managerial decisions that Gabe Kapler made and didn't make that we can dive into here. First of all, I want to point out to you guys, Pat Neshek gets warmed up in the bullpen on Tuesday night, right? Getting ready to come into the game. I'm sitting there watching it on TV, and I'm like, all right, Pat Neshek, pretty reliable relief pitcher for us. And then, how they have, in Wrigley Field, how they have like the bullpens are underneath the bleachers out, so you can't see it from TV. Like they have to show you that camera inside.
Right.
The next time they show me the inside of that, there's nobody warming up in there. Pat Neshek sits down. And it never gets explained on TV like Tom McCarthy. He never says like, oh, he's not available or he sat down. So I'm just sitting there like confused thinking, okay, did he get hurt like warming up or something?
Max, look, decisions are hard to make, okay? It's not easy to make decisions, especially in the shoes of Gabe Kapler, all right? Because this is Philadelphia. One day you'll be beloved in the streets. One day everyone will want your head.
That's true. However, Gabe Kapler got him up in the bullpen.
Are you an MLB manager?
No.
No, seriously. Like, come on, Gabe. Like, who was starting? Who was in that game at that time? I forget. Was that Eflin?
No, Eflin didn't start that night. It was Arrieta, I believe.
Arrieta. That's right.
I still find it interesting how with last night's game, I overheard they sat down. They deactivated 4 bullpen pitchers and the 4 major ones on top of that.
Chris, it might have been Eflin. It might have been.
I forget.
That was just that's interesting to me, and from what I heard, it was due to workload.
Yeah, I think,
management.
and I think Pat Neshek said that he wasn't like ready to go or something. Like he wasn't available to pitch because he warmed up like a bunch of days in a row or something, and he wasn't ready to go. So I think it kind of goes both ways here. First of all, Gabe Kapler, he gets the guy up, and then he finds out that he's not available. Which at the time, we need somebody to come into the game. At the time, it's close. I don't know if we were in the lead at the time or not, but I knew the game was close and it was a winnable game. You have to, and on Pat Neshek's side, listen to the other shows and other people talk on TV. They're saying that Pat Neshek basically said, like, I can't come in, like, I'm not coming into the game. So they're saying, like, Pat Neshek's like a bad guy in the clubhouse now. He kind of thinks about himself first before the team.
I feel like it's a very natural human reaction to think about your own health. You want to take care of your body. And
he's getting paid how many millions of dollars?
I was about to say, how much am I paying you?
Hey, I'm going to put you out in the field with an awful arm.
But how much am I paying you?
Hey, no, how much am I paying you to go out with your bad arm and pitch?
How much money am I sacrificing out of my own doggone pocket
all right.
to pay you?
Sew it up, all right? Just rub some dirt on it and get out there. All right? Come on, Pat Neshek. I'm playing both sides here. I'm sorry. No,
that's what we should have done. But we were burned out. The bullpen's been burned.
Dummy. Is that to me or Pat Neshek?
And anyone involved.
Boy.
And this goes back to needing starters, needing relievers. Chris, you've always been
in all seriousness, it's the same conversation we had last week and 2 weeks ago and last month. Especially after last night, I do still have high hope, not relatively high hopes for Cole Irvin to be a decent starter. He pitched fine for the most part.
He really did. He had base runners, but the big hits were just...
The big hits. Yeah. Anthony Rizzo crushing that ball. Hit the D in the Budweiser sign. And then just...
Albert Almora with the grand slam.
On
the first pitch.
I wish I was there for that conversation. Just the okay, all right.
It was an 84-mile-an-hour fastball.
Just gotta get out of the inning. All right? They cover their mouths. All right, just get out the inning. Just produce a ground ball. First pitch, center field.
Ouch.
And that was it for Cole Irvin. But no, this starting rotation needs someone else because I can't keep relying on
It's ridiculous.
especially with how bad Nola has been struggling this year. I know he's starting to pick it up. I can't keep relying on coin flip guys. You don't know how they're going to do. F. Flynn. I mean, Area is not that bad, but he has his bad nights. And, Vince Velasquez when he's in there. If Pivetta ever comes back up.
What do you think about giving Pivetta another shot?
I'd be open to it.
I mean, listen.
Well, the options do you have?
Velasquez is hurt, and even when he's healthy, we know he's been here how many years? We know what he is.
Yeah.
I think he should be in the bullpen when he comes back.
Eichhoff too is another guy who it's like you never know. He's looked all right, but then I think his last start he only went 4 innings, gave up a number of runs.
Yeah. Look, Atlin's been great. Give him credit. Definitely, he's been great.
Yeah.
Arrieta hasn't been, what we expected, especially with the amount of money we're paying him.
I will say this about Cole Irvin too. I really like his presence at the plate.
Yeah.
Because
It's
his
like he doesn't want to quit on the at bat, right?
No, yeah, he in his second start, I believe. I forget who they were.
On Friday, he walked. And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
That
and
set
then
up that McCutchen
homer. That's right. And even last night he got on base. I think just once, but he still got on base, and still produced offense. I really like his approach to the plate, and I mean he's only started 3 times. I want to see a little bit more of Cole Irvin before I give a definite opinion on him.
I agree.
Going into Wrigley Field in Chicago against the Cubs.
Right.
That's a tough place to play.
Exactly. That's not the easiest thing to do as a young kid just coming up.
Yeah.
What was it? His second start?
Third start.
Third start? Come on, man.
Yeah.
And how cool was it that he got his first hit off of his favorite pitcher growing up, Cole Hamels?
right.
That was really cool.
that's cool.
That was really
That
cool.
was a cool moment.
It's tough for him, especially with big guys like Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Javier Baez. Those are not easy
Going right
guys
through
to
the
get
heart of
out.
that order. And Albert
Exactly.
Almora Jr., the one who hit the grand slam last night, he's become on strong too. Kyle Schwarber at the top of that
Kyle
lineup. It's hard to maneuver through.
When I saw that he was their leadoff, I was like, really?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Madden. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Talk about another guy whose face pisses me off. Sorry. Iceberg. This is Iceberg getting in the way. Come on, steer the Titanic,
Pisses
Max.
me off.
I'll get out of the way.
You don't want to. You don't want to say it.
No. I'll save my rants for later.
Right.
Like you said, I could.
We got a rant. We got rants going on now. All right.
Eventually, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, I got rants.
Listen, I wanted to ask you guys this: if you had to pick between one, say we can't get both. If you had to pick between a starting pitcher and a relief pitcher for this team, and even if you got anybody on your mind that's specific, who would you want? What position would you think we need more? Because obviously our lineup's great. Our lineup's stacked, right? Obviously there are going to be games where we're not scoring runs like we want to. Harper's been struggling. Hoskins has even been struggling now a little bit. But eventually that stuff will work itself out. Our lineup's too deep, too talented, especially at the top. Cesar's been great too in the 6th spot. Kingery's back now. Taking over for Herrera.
I'm glad you said that. I would like to put Hernandez back at not lead off, but towards the top of the order, because I mean, McCutchen's kind of finding himself again, but just with how well Hernandez is finding the ball and getting it in play and getting on base, I want to see him higher than the 7th guy.
I agree with you. I think Cesar should lead off. I mean, the way he's playing now, getting on base, walking a lot.
Him and Segura.
McCutchen's average isn't there. I think he needs to, go down. And honestly, his past track record of being so talented put him behind like Real Muto down there.
Yeah.
And you have they just stretches out the lineup a little bit more. Franco's still down there in the 8th spot. Hasn't been swinging it as best as he's been throughout the beginning of the season. But he's still serviceable.
And especially with how this team has been playing, quote unquote small ball. They're getting on base, they're just not getting the runs in.
Yep.
If you get Hernandez and Segura have been the 2 guys getting on base a lot this year so far. And I've really liked Real Muto as of late. He's been great lately. Maybe you could try, because I know we talked about this last week, maybe rearranging the batting lineup a little bit. I would like to see Real Muto maybe get up there, maybe put Hoskins back a little bit, just because, like you say, he's starting to go on a bit of a slump.
He is.
They just got to get those runs in, because that's what's killing them. That's what killed them last night. Because Cole Irvin, for the most part, was keeping them in the game. He just gave up 2 big hits.
Right.
two
I mean, he
big
was giving
hits.
up base runners, but he wasn't letting them come
No,
score.
right.
you
No,
know?
yeah, he was getting out of innings. He was getting out of jams,
Yeah.
and just
You can call it
two relatively bad pitches to two dangerous guys.
You can call it the prompt definition of a game manager, which you kind of expect to do at that age.
Yeah, I
And
think
with his level of experience.
when we have Tommy Hunter coming back, who hasn't pitched at all this season, David Robertson, who we signed to be one of our top guys in the bullpen.
Hunter.
Tommy Hunter's not. For me, he's a guy that can go 2 innings for us at least.
He sure could.
You know, if he was out in the
He
field
sure
healthy.
could go 2 innings and maybe not give up something. Sorry. That's
I'll
another
tell you
guy
what,
I'm
at
not
this
a fan
point
of.
right now, with only like 4 reliable arms in our bullpen,
All right, fine, you got me.
I
he
was
would
about to
help.
say, yeah, and we can't even call them reliable. Like that's the crazy part.
No. But I think because of this, I think the more important need for us right now is a starting pitcher. Just
Yes.
based on the fact that we got guys that are injured in the bullpen. David Robertson being
Exactly.
the key one.
That could be your guy that you're looking for instead of going
Yeah.
out and shopping around for someone.
If he were to come back
Mm-hmm.
healthy, like a little, and hopefully sooner rather than later, he kind of comes back and slides into that role that knocks everybody down a peg. They can kind of play back more to their strengths, more to their role.
Exactly.
Even. You know, Hector Neris is closing for us right now. That's not really his main role. He would be a better 7th, maybe
Hector
even a setup
Neris,
guy.
T's favorite player.
Hector Neris has an ERA under 2 right now, so I
He-
can't disrespect him.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
sick of this.
Yeah,
T, you got to admit that he's been playing a lot better than his past.
Man, that's ludicrous.
All right.
that's my response.
That's your okay, fine. And we also saw on display, I think it was 2 nights ago, Sir Anthony. He's really just a 1-inning pitcher because I know they tried to stretch him to 2 innings. He got through that first inning relatively smoothly. He goes into that second inning, gave up 2 walks in a row, and I think they pulled
When he's
him.
not locating that fastball,
No.
he's not really that
No.
worth using in certain situations, especially because we're using him late in games.
Exactly.
But when he's not locating his fastball and he's walking guys, I mean that's his out pitch. You know, he's blowing that 99-mile-an-hour fastball past you, and when he's not, then what really is he worth to you? You know, I mean, I know last year we saw him in the closer role, and man, this guy's throwing 100 miles an hour. We were all excited.
You got to respect the future of Aldous Chapman.
Now,
All
real
you got to
quick.
put some respect on that name.
No.
You just used Sir Anthony's name with
What?
Aroldis Chapman in the same sentence.
What's the matter with you? What is the matter
That
with
just
you?
happened. Chris.
What?
What's
Sorry.
the matter with you?
My mistake. Yeah. Araldis is left-handed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Now, how do you guys feel about Madison Bumgarner? Because from what I hear,
He sounds expensive.
He's being shopped.
He
Well,
sounds
he's
expensive.
He's definitely going to be expensive.
Yeah.
That's more than just a couple pieces. That's major pieces you're going to have to move for him. And
But at this point, wouldn't it be worth it to move some prospects that you got down there in AAA and AA?
Andrew Knapp,
I think we're spending.
One for
We've
one.
already passed the part of spending a lot of money for specific players. So I think.
But
think
you're
he'd
also
be too much.
But you're also feeling a need, which is a dire need at this point.
It is, but think about it this way: we gave up a lot of prospects, a lot of money to get JT in here to make some of those trades. You gave up some more prospects, players to get Gene Segura in here. So,
I mean, sorry.
Madison
Iceberg.
Bumgarner.
Iceberg
go ahead,
again.
dude. I mean, Madison Bumgarner. First of all, he's one of our Phillies are one of his teams on his no trade list, so he would have to accept a trade to us if one were to happen. I don't know if I would be willing to give up as much as the Giants would ask in order to get Madison Bumgarner in here. Not saying I won't want him, and if the right deal comes through, I know obviously you have to give up something to get something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's-
I mean,
that's with everything.
we do have the prospects, especially outfielders. We got a ton of outfielders. So, I mean, you could definitely shop around. I feel like you're not going to get Madison Bumgarner, though. You got to look around for more of a
I don't
rotation.
Think
You're not going to get an ace.
I don't
You're
think
not
we
going
need
to
a
get
Madison
another ace.
Bumgarner.
You
We
just
got our guys
rotation guy.
Nola, Arrieta, and Eflin. Those 3 guys have been good for us this year. I
Yeah.
mean, they've each had moments where they have a rough start here and there, but for the most part, they've been pretty reliable. Every time they go out on this mound, we have a chance to win the game. When I'm sitting there watching, the two other spots in the rotation, Eichhoff's there. There's just the guys that we're trying to plug in, see if they can fit. Cole Irvin, Velasquez, Eichhoff, Pavetta in AAA. I mean, those guys are just his basically 2 rotation spots up for grabs with 4 guys who want to take control of those spots. Obviously Velasquez is hurt right now, so he doesn't have the opportunity to. But Chris, I agree with you. I don't think we need an ace, but I think we definitely need maybe like somebody that we can compare kind of like Arrieta. I think we need somebody better than Eflin. We don't need a Nola, but I think we need somebody better than Eflin.
I know this is me kind of contradicting what I just said, but I know that they're looking to trade him, and he's just strictly a rental piece. Would you entertain Corey Kluber?
See, Corey Kluber for me, obviously, in his whole career, he's been
A great
superstar. But he's a little bit older now, and he's just coming off an injury.
Yeah.
Just broke his arm, and his pitching arm, I think it was, too. I don't know if I'd give up. Again, the Indians would be asking for a lot.
I feel like, because I remember watching on the MLB network, they were talking about, 3 best pitchers in baseball right now. And one guy brought up Corey Kluber. I feel like and like he said, and I 100% agree with him, I feel like he's only good when he's got his breaking ball on. Whereas like a guy like Chris Sale, it's that release that really catches people off guard. Mm-hmm. Whereas Corey Kluber, if his stuff isn't breaking, he's not as dominant as
his
people think.
go-to pitch is his slider. When that slider's moving, I mean, look out, because it's unhittable, and it's coming as a strike. I mean, I've never seen Corey Kluber, watching him pitch so much. I've never seen a pitch come in looking like a strike so far towards the plate, like it's just almost at the plate and it's still looking like a strike, and then all of a sudden it just dies.
Tips off.
Another guy that I've heard rumors about, and I definitely know that the team wants to entertain offers, is Marcus Stroman.
Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, I think that's a good piece because, like I just said, I think he's more comparable to Arrieta, obviously, than Nola.
Yeah.
But he's not, so far down to like a 4 or 5 pitching rotation.
No. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think if we can get a guy like his talent in here, help out the rotation, eat innings, get like 6-7 innings. He's got talent. We all have seen that before.
And the Jays are dying for bats, and we got some outfielders.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, they do got Vlad, but they need guys around Vlad.
Yes,
Which
100%.
He has been on fire lately.
When he came up from the minor leagues,
Vlad
he's fun to watch.
He is a great player.
He hit his first homer in Toronto the other night because he came up when they were on this big road trip.
Yeah.
He finally came up and hit a missile, dead center. Place was going crazy. All like 3,000 of the Toronto fans were going crazy.
He's got crazy power, dude.
Yeah, he does.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he does.
How many home runs does he have right now? 5?
6.
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah, I mean
we know our stuff.
If you're a baseball fan, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., check him out.
I agree.
Even if you're not, check him out. You'll become a fan.
Instantly.
That's true.
Sorry, that's Iceberg again, getting in the way of the show.
So I'm just saying here, to wrap up this series, today we got an afternoon start. Aaron Nola takes the mound against John Lester. 2 aces are going at it today. Lester's been insane.
Could you imagine John Lester as a Philly?
No.
I can't either, but just the thought came into my mind.
He's almost to the end of his career.
And it's making me laugh. Sorry, Iceberg. There's our show title, Iceberg.
To get the split today in Chicago, when I was looking at this series, coming off the weekend sweep of the Rockies, we're looking at this series coming up against the Chicago Cubs, where we are now.
I'm sorry.
To get the sweep, or to get the split, I should say, in this series would be huge, in my opinion, especially because we have to go play another tough team this weekend, the Milwaukee Brewers. It's not going to get any easier for us. So I'm just hoping, from where we are right now, get a split in this series. That's all we can hope for now.
Any bold predictions for today's game? I got one.
All right.
What you got?
Gene Segura hits a cycle.
Really? Gene Segura hits a cycle. You know what I think? My bold prediction.
I hear you.
I think Rhys Hoskins hits a home run. I think he's got to break out of his slump.
Oh no, not the number 4 hitter hitting a home run. That's
I don't remember
prediction.
I don't remember the last time he's hit a home run. I mean, he's
fine.
There's been it's been how many weeks? Like 3 weeks since he's hit one. I'm used to seeing him hit one every other day, and him at the plate right now.
He does that a lot.
He's in this slump right now where I just feel like he's guessing.
I feel like he's getting close to breaking that though, because that has been his trend. Because when he was first called up to the Phillies, he went 0 for 12 for his first couple of games. Mm-hmm. Then he suddenly goes on that hot run. He hit 3 home runs in that Padres series when he was a rookie, and then 2 more home runs against the Giants the very next series.
Yeah.
And he went on that crazy 18 home runs in 36 games.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that was nuts.
That was crazy.
I still love that one Tom McCarthy call. He's getting to the point where he's going to lead the team in home runs. It was called up August 10th. It's just like, jeez. Come on. Let's at least
prediction.
Gene Segura hits a cycle.
When was the last time Franco hit a home run?
That's a good
my bold
question.
prediction. I
now
think he's gonna.
That's another.
He's down to like 225. I mean,
even though that outfield is pretty deep, at Wrigley.
Down the lines.
Yeah.
Down the lines, especially a little bit deeper.
Kingery hit a foul ball out of the park. Did you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
God.
On the Waveland Avenue. Yeah, people were like looking back.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I was
Did you
just
catch that one?
I think everybody's talking about batters. I think I'm gonna talk about the pitcher. You know what?
perfect game.
I ain't gonna go that bold. I ain't gonna go that bold. But I say Nola only gives up 1 run.
What do you think he's going, like 7 innings maybe?
I say 7 innings, gives up 1 run, maybe 3-4 hits.
I tell you what, we need that today because our bullpen
How many
is gas.
Ks?
Yes.
Insane.
I say
gas.
about 7 to 8 Ks.
All right.
Last start against the Rockies, 6 innings, struck out 12.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's coming back into form. And this is the perfect time. We need it right in the middle of this road trip. And the teams we're playing over this, like, 30-game span, they're all teams, like, above 500. The Braves, you know, they actually 2 nights ago, they got beat on the walk-off by the Giants. But,
Thank you, Giants.
They won last night. So we're actually only a game and a half in first place right now on the Braves. So they're coming to catch us. The good news is this looks like a 2-horse race here in this division. The
Yeah.
Mets and the Nationals I don't know what they're doing. They're not playing up to expectations.
I
obviously.
remember when you two goofs chose the Nationals to win this division.
You
Wait, how could you? They got 3
take it easy.
aces on their team.
Take it easy.
Okay, sure.
It's stupid.
Sure, but what do they have in their lineup? Rendon and Juan Soto?
Listen,
That's it?
Trey Turner got hurt, and that hurt them in early in the season.
Oh, no.
Their leadoff hitter.
No,
Trey Turner
no.
got hurt. Adam Eaton's not playing.
Adam Eaton, please stop.
Adam Eaton's
Talk
not
about
bad.
another guy I hate, maybe as close to Max Muncy.
Adam Eaton's not a bad player.
When he had that
pisses me off.
mustache, I wanted to punch him in the face. Sorry.
Ryan
Iceberg.
Zimmerman.
Iceberg again.
Listen, hell, I'm happy the Nats aren't playing well. I don't want them to play well.
Oh, no.
I was about to say, yeah, that's
know?
a good thing.
I
man.
kind of said that to jinx the Nationals. So.
I knew what you were doing the whole time,
Yeah, that
Tanner.
was the reason
I knew what you were
behind
doing the
it.
whole time.
What? Listen, I did want to point this
What?
out real quick. Seeing that sweep against the Rockies over the weekend, and the Rockies, in my opinion, are a pretty good team. And I was looking forward to this week, basically just because I wanted to see how we stack up against the best of the NL. You know, obviously the Dodgers are probably head and shoulders above the rest, but the Cubs and the Brewers, they're probably on that second tier right below. So I wanted to see how we can match up and see maybe can we compete with these teams in the postseason. What do you guys think? Do you think we can match up with these teams later on? I mean, as we are now, not saying we can get somebody. Do you think? I mean, we did win game 1 of this series, and these last 2 games have been close, 1-run games. You know, so it's not like we're getting blown out. I know last night, obviously,
The pitching's got to be on its toes to compete with any of these. Obviously, all these the big threats to the Phillies, the Brewers, the Cubs, the Dodgers, they all got good bats, and you need your pitching to be pristine. And even if they go to the thing, I'm not going to say the thing.
Right.
Don't say the thing.
If they go to the thing in the American League, the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Astros, a lot of good bats throughout this whole league.
The Yankees have been playing great, and they're injured.
You need your pitching to be excellent, and that's the only thing I feel like is really holding this team back. Because, the hitting's been yin and yang.
Yeah, up and down.
But you know, for the most part, the hitting is the only thing that's keeping this ship afloat.
Yes, exactly. And the thing that's really holding back the Phillies is their pitching. So for them to compete, which right now I feel like they're just not quite there, you need your pitching to be good.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I know our bullpen isn't the best, but it's 4th in the NL in ERA,
Which is
team ERA.
incredible to me.
You know, so one of the other
Hector
reasons
Neris.
these games have been close. Not last night, but the game before that was close. We just didn't have any arms to go. They were all gassed. They weren't available. Adam Morgan, who's been pitching really well out of the bullpen, he wasn't available. Hector Neris has been pitching well this year out of the bullpen. He wasn't available. So, like, our top 2 guys, even Sir Anthony, we tried, like you said earlier, we tried stretching him 2 innings. Obviously, that didn't work.
No.
But I think if we can get, especially going into this series against Milwaukee, hopefully we can get a split today, obviously.
Yep.
But going into the series against Milwaukee with our guys healthy and not gassed, they got a couple days rest, and Neris especially and Morgan, I think we can take 2 out of 3 from Milwaukee. I know Eichhoff's pitching the first game of that series, which will be shaky, but then you bounce back with Arrieta and Eflin, 2 of our better pitchers. I'm looking forward to this weekend series, and I know we come back home after that, I think.
Yep.
But again, it doesn't get any easier. These teams are tough. We got the Cardinals next week.
Oh man.
Cardinals are tough, but we do play them at home. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, when we're back on the show
I feel
next
like
week.
the Cardinals are a team that you guys are probably going to just think I'm crazy, but I just feel like
I already do. So
they're
go ahead.
Team that's like faking it. I don't think they're this good. I don't.
They've struggled a little bit recently.
I
Actually.
don't think they're this good. I mean, Matt Carpenter is a great player, but he's another player I just hate. Sorry, Iceberg.
What I think is going to help us in the long run is our schedule, because we're done with the Rockies the rest of the season.
Yes.
And this upcoming series is our last with the Brewers.
Correct.
So we're getting done with all these teams that are really good, and I think that's going to help us in the long run.
Because the other teams, the Braves are out playing the Giants right now.
Yeah.
And we haven't even played the Giants yet. So I'd say that's a good point. With teams that we're playing now, if we can stay afloat, kind of split.
Get through the rough patch of the schedule.
And then end it kind of. And then, again, we go to the Dodgers next week or a week and a half from now. We go out to LA and play the Dodgers. So it's not getting any easier for us. I just hope we come out of this big stretch of games here and just kind of try to play 500 ball, because I know this team's talented enough to, after this stretch of games is over, to really take off. If we can get our guys healthy. And again, we're saying the bullpen's not pitching its best. It has the fourth lowest ERA in the NL, and it's not even 100% healthy. Our best reliever's hurt, and Dave Roberts, we signed him to a big contract, hoping he'd come in here not to be the closer, but to pitch the big innings for us. Mm-hmm. And if we had him available the other night against the Cubs, when Wanacasio came in and he tried to close the door and he just couldn't do it. It would be a different story, I think.
The only guy I would take Tommy Hunter over, Juan Nicasio.
Not a big Tommy Hunter fan over there?
No, I never have been. But
I don't think he's that terrible.
I like Tommy Hunter more than Juan Nicasio.
That's fair. All right, let's get some Eagles talk going here. OTA starting off for them. Okay. Malcolm Jenkins is the president. What's going on with Malcolm Jenkins?
It's a contract situation. And it's exactly what it is. It's more or less, you can say it's rest. You can argue that it's rest. But we can all sit here and say there's a contract situation. Look at how much money now safeties are making. I think I seen where Malcolm Jenkins is like his contract ranks either from 7 to 10 in terms of the highest paid contracts at his position. And then also look at the fact that he played every snap last season, including the playoffs, over 3,000 snaps. He never came off the field. So why should I first off risk more money going out there for OTAs? And then on top of that, I am trying to get paid because I'm looking to see what everybody else is getting paid. They get to come off the field and I don't. Basically, I am the defense. You can arguably say that Malcolm Jenkins really is the leader, the number one leader on this defense. Right. So why wouldn't you want to get paid?
I don't really think this is anything to worry about either.
No.
I think they're going to figure it out, but you have a point about him being defense.
No, and you're right. It's nothing to worry about. I think, everything will be worked out. I think everything will be fine, but why not pay him?
Last year, Malcolm Jenkins was the leader, especially the secondary, because we had so many injuries back there.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get Ronnie McLeod come back next year.
Upcoming
season. I've
always said players should get their money. I've never been against that. But, listen, just go. It's fine. Let's calm down.
I respect the Eagles about when the guys want the money, they don't give it to them. Even no matter how talented you are. If you're begging for money or you think that you're worth more than your play on the field, which I 100% agree with you. He's played so many snaps. He's reliable. He's played almost every game.
Right.
I think from his standpoint, missing this, I'm not freaking out about it because I think he'll be there. He's a leader. He's a team guy.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to get paid, but I'm saying the way our cap situation is right now, we don't really have any wiggle room.
And you're absolutely correct because, we've been talking about this for a minute now. Carson Wentz, they're working out ways of how they're going to pay him. I mean, we're talking about paying Carson Wentz top 3 quarterback money. There's no getting around that. So you can't necessarily just, go out and just re-sign players anymore. You can't necessarily restructure contracts anymore because Carson Wentz is going to eat up at least a third or at least, about a third of your cap space. So you can't just spend big money anymore. This is the reason why the run between his rookie season and now was so important. This is the reason why Howie Roseman was able to bring in all of these big-time free agents and able to pay everybody because Carson Wentz was still under that rookie contract. Right. Set him out. Now his rookie contract is almost up. Now he can't necessarily go out and, go into free agency or make all the trades that we really want. Heck, Gerald McCoy got released yesterday. How y'all think I feel about bringing Gerald McCoy in? I would freaking love Gerald McCoy here. But I know it's not going to happen. Reason being, We don't have the money for it. It's being allocated towards Carson Wentz.
Now, okay, just to inject my opinion. No, with Malcolm Jenkins, I'm not worried at all. I feel like this guy eats, sleeps, and breathes midnight green. He's going to be here. As for Carson Wentz, this is my problem.
Oh boy,
How do you feel about them saying, Carson, you're clear for contact?
Yeah, I think
I
they should-
don't like that.
I
don't like it. I don't. This is a guy who screwed up his knee that I'm not even sure if he's 100% fully recovered, and has back problems. Just a couple months ago.
Okay,
He played through all that back injury
He
multiple
did.
games last season.
he did.
Yeah, and did he look like the Carson Wentz everyone fell in love with?
No, he didn't look like
No,
the
he did
Carson
not.
Wentz. You're absolutely correct that he didn't look like Carson Wentz.
I'm looking at longevity here. I want Carson Wentz to be this quarterback, this team's quarterback for the next 15 years.
I agree, but
All
the
right.
only way you're going to be able to see if he is going to be your quarterback for the next 15 years is you have to put him through that stuff. You have to make sure that the body is able to withstand that punishment.
Yes, but let his body heal first.
In all fairness,
They
he
said the
was
body
wor-
is his.
He was working out without a
Do
brace
you trust
yesterday.
this? I don't trust any doctors that I don't talk to face to face. I don't care.
All right, well,
Just look at
fair,
the. Just look at the. Okay.
You don't know
Sixers,
the Eagles
prime
doctor.
example.
Let me
We
just call
can't-
the Eagles doctor real
We
quick.
can't figure out what's wrong with Markelle Fultz. Okay, look, I'm no doctor. I'm no doctor.
I was about to say, are you a doctor? You would ask me that for the last couple of weeks. Are you a doctor?
Well, are you a doctor? Or how do you know Carson Wentz is going to go out there and be MVP again?
I don't.
Exactly. You need him to heal.
You're right. I do need him to heal. But if the doctor says, who has more knowledge about the body than I do, if the doctor says, hey, the guy's cleared, the guy's 100% healed, he's ready to go. If my quarterback says, hey, I'm ready to go.
T, I'm placing two buttons in front of you. One button is you. Carson Wentz full contact. You only get him for 5 more years. You guys look for another quarterback because he's broken. Other one, let him sit out a little longer. Let him heal. He's your quarterback for 15 years. What are you pressing?
Well, of course I'm going to go with the 15 years, but at the same time, if he's clear for cut, it's OTAs. First off, it's OTAs. There ain't no sticking contact. All right?
And that wasn't even realistic.
No.
15 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's not
That's
even-
a bit of a.
Yeah, that's a heck of a jump.
Hey, look, I'm the crazy one on the show. Let me be the crazy one on the show, all right? I'm Iceberg, all right? I'm Iceberg. I'm Iceberg in this, okay? No, I'm concerned about his health. Look, I want Carson Wentz here. I want him to be an Eagle forever, okay? I joke about how much I love Nick Foles, and,
Are you sure that's a joke?
It's a little sad seeing him in a Jaguars uniform.
I don't care.
Who's got a statue in Philadelphia?
We're not going to start this again.
So, no, I want him here long term. I want him to be the greatest Eagles quarterback. I want him to win Super Bowls here
And he will.
when he's healthy. Are you going to stick him out there with a bad back? No,
Well, they stuck him out there last year with a bad back,
because they're morons.
Then what happened at the end of the season?
albeit true.
What
But the
happened
difference- but the difference was-
wait, hold on. I want to answer Tanner's question. Nick Foles came in, saved the season, and then Alshon Jeffrey decided to stop using his hands.
Yeah, you know.
Really? So we going to blame it on Alshon.
So let me get my 2 cents in on this.
I love you, Alshon. Sorry, Max.
We all love Carson Wentz. We all love Carson
Yes,
Wentz.
I'm wearing a
Everybody knows
Carson
that.
Wentz T-shirt.
I have too many Carson Wentz shirts for him to be gone, so we need him to
Right.
stay.
And I understand what everybody's saying. The thing is, though, we just, I feel like the last couple years, especially off season too, not just in season, talk about Carson Wentz. Let's get him healthy. Never. Oh man, did you see how great Carson Wentz's year was? Like he coming off a great season,
Right.
So
Okay.
I just think the more I look into this 6 years, $150 million contract for a guy that
Might not even be healthy.
he's. But
But you got to look at
I'm
what
looking
you're
at his
getting.
2017. The only thing that's holding me back is that 2017 season. I know how great Carson Wentz can be. He was
Yes.
head and shoulders the best quarterback
Yes,
in the
he
league.
was.
Don't give me Tom Brady. Don't give me anybody
He
else.
was the best quarterback
Yes,
in
he
the
was.
league.
By far. And look at his season. And I know Patrick Mahomes has been crazy, right? I know how great Patrick Mahomes was last
Oh,
year.
yeah.
But look at Carson Wentz's season and Patrick Mahomes' season.
I
Carson Wentz is just, first of all, he's just a cooler guy to watch. I like watching him play. When he's 100%
Yes.
healthy, running around out there. And
I feel like, this is no insult to Patrick Mahomes, but I just feel like Patrick Mahomes is a Carson Wentz with a stronger arm, but less knowledge of the field.
More flash. Yeah.
More flash.
Yeah, he doesn't 100% know how to read the field yet. Like he's relying
And he also had Tyreek Hill, the fastest receiver in the league, and Kareem Hunt.
You
and
have
Travis
all
Kelce. I mean,
exactly.
come on.
You have all those weapons
a
around
cheat.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. You don't have to read the field. Hey, is Tyreek open? Oh, okay, yeah, he is. Toss it.
Right.
And some of the plays, I know how great Patrick Mahomes is. Some of the plays that he made were just because he didn't know the fun. One I'll point out is the left-handed pass. I mean, the guy's running out of bounds, like scrambling away, and all of a sudden throws a left-handed, which is great. I mean, he caught it. But, like, what the hell are you doing running all the way? Like,
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I don't need you to do that. Throw the ball out of bounds,
Yeah,
please.
right.
Don't do nothing stupid like that, because that's how interceptions happen.
So I just think I'm giving Carson Wentz the contract.
Someone didn't like the
Definitely
Philly
have to
special.
give him the contract
We're
because Carson Wentz's talent once in a while, a talent like his comes around. Once in a
Exactly.
while. So you have to pay him the money.
Oh.
But I just want him to stay healthy.
Side note.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad you mentioned the Philly special. I don't know if you guys heard about this. I know I sent it off in our group text, but apparently the creators of Madden are putting the Philly special into the video game.
What geniuses! I love them. They should be the Eagles doctors.
Was that like the Spider 2 Y Banana type deal? Like
No, it ain't. No, it's going to be a special package, and it's literally going to be named Philly Special.
Because
And
that's what it is.
from the little bit
I
of
would run that every play. I don't care if I lose. I
Yes,
don't care
that's
if I lose.
how you are going.
about damn time.
You're going 16-0. You're winning the freaking Super Bowl. Trick them. If you want to double trick them, just flip the play.
yeah, but would you? Well, now
Get-
this is just Madden talk at this point. So, like, would you trade back to get Nick Foles back on the squad just to run the Philly Special?
Of course.
That's
Of course.
ridiculous.
No. What do you think? Carson Wentz is going to run it?
I would trade him my ultimate team. I'd trade him back to the Eagles just so I can run the play.
Yes.
You see,
Man, that's ludicrous.
That's how Madden is going to get a bunch
I'm gonna-
of people in Philly to buy Madden. There's no other reason. It's
gonna-
the same game.
I'm going to trade.
That's true.
I'm going to
It's the
trade
same
what's
game
his
every
face, the AAF quarterback that they just signed. What's his face for Nick Foles because it's a video
Oh, I
game.
know you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right,
Iceberg.
all right, but back to the business. Yeah, I mean, look, you can say all you want about Carson Wentz's health. At the end of the day, the only way you're going to know if he's healthy is if you put him out there, and that's just my 2
It's
cents.
one slip. It's one turf toe.
The only problem
Yeah,
is
we've already
Okay.
seen guys go down this
You're
right
absolutely
now, this
correct.
OTA.
Yes, Reuben Foster
Yep,
went down.
out for the season.
True. Freak accidents happen. That's not going to stop anything. What are we going to do? Just keep him wrapped up in bubble wrap?
Yes. Yes. I'm
That's what you
wrapping
gotta
Carson
do.
Wentz in bubble wrap, sticking him in a closet, feeding him 4 times a day.
Then for all that, wrap Alshon Jeffrey in bubble wrap. Deshaun Jackson.
I will.
JJ
I will.
Arcega
Are you
Whiteside.
I will.
Are you going to do anything different come preseason with Carson Wentz? What's he doing?
I'll
How
say,
many games?
Carson, how you feel? If he
If he goes out for the series, he drops the offense down the field. We get a field at minimum. We get a field goal. Take him
Take
out.
him out.
I think you play him just like you play every other quarterback. He goes out there and game by game 3, he's playing the first half.
Right.
Then game 4, he sits. I think you got to play him like you would any other quarterback.
Yes.
That's what I would do. Now, the only problem that I have is that these are major injuries we're talking here. We're just
Yes.
talking to torn ACL, which I'm not worried about. I think he's over that. I saw him working out without a brace the other day.
Yeah,
He
and
didn't
he
have any
talked
brace
about
on.
he talked about playing some games without that brace. So that's really good.
The bad thing I think about all this happened was he played like 3 or 4 games with a broken back last year. If they just sat him out and put Nick Foles in, he came back in week 3 against the Colts. But I think that injury happened like 2 games after that, and he went all the way up to like week 9 or 10 against that Dallas game.
Yeah.
Where it was finally like, yeah, listen, guys, I just can't play anymore. I mean, he fought through it, but you got to be smart. First of all, he's coming off a ligament, 2 ligament tears in his knee, and I know I'm never going to question Carson Wentz's, his mentality as far as I'm going to get out there and play every single game. Because you want your quarterback to do that, right? Obviously, you want your leader of your offense get out there and play until he can't anymore. But I just think because he came off of that injury, you have to be smarter. You as a coach, the front office, you can't just throw your franchise guy out there.
No. I think I'm getting misunderstood. I'm not saying
No, I think we're fully understanding what you're saying.
I'm not saying treat him like the Redskins treated RG3. Yes, you still handle him delicately, but at the same time, he's still a grown man. And I'm not handling a grown man necessarily with kid gloves. If you're supposed to be the franchise quarterback, like I'm expecting you to be, and I'm supposed to be paying you top quarterback money, I got to see if your body can withstand it. Because if your body can't, then I need to start looking for another quarterback.
Let me ask you this. Now, this is a complete hypothetical. Say Carson is saying he's feeling all right. We get 6 games into the season. He goes down for the rest of the season. Do you give him just a 1-year prove-it deal?
No, you get rid of him.
All right.
Wow.
I look at this.
Wow. I was
Really?
Hold on, let me explain. Before you guys get all crazy.
I want to hear
Explain.
this. This I gotta hear.
I look at Carson Wentz, his upcoming season this year, and I compare it to Ben Simmons, the 76ers, his season coming up.
Wait a second. Are you starting to agree with me and T about Ben Simmons?
If Ben Simmons doesn't... No, listen, because listen, I know how talented Ben Simmons is, right?
Yes.
He has not, besides his foul shot, which I give him credit for, he's increased a little bit, and we're getting a little off topic here, but I'm just trying to compare.
All right.
His ability is unquestionable. We know how talented Ben Simmons is. If he doesn't develop a jump shot, a semi-mid-range jump shot, now I'm talking three-pointer, that'll come eventually, but if he doesn't even attempt to shoot the three or a mid-range shot, he's leveled out at where he is right now. And I don't think with him at the talent that he is right now, if he doesn't take that next step and becomes that superstar to pair with Embiid, I don't think we can get to the NBA Finals or win the championship.
But I think the difference is we know what Carson Wentz is. We don't know what Ben Simmons particularly is yet.
Okay, I see your point there, but I compare this to if Ben Simmons, we've seen multiple seasons of him not shooting, and now Carson Wentz, we've seen multiple seasons of him banged up with major injuries.
Two entirely different things.
If he goes throughout it is. I agree, but if he goes the full season this year and he goes down in week 6 with his 3rd major injury in 3 years,
Now, yes, that's cause for concern. Yes.
Then it's completely hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would still sign him for just a 1-year deal. Just say, Carson, look.
Yeah, our franchise tag.
We're getting really concerned about your health. We'll give you
we're
this.
already really concerned about his health. Think about it. We're already sitting here like,
Yeah, what am I talking about? Why am I being the logical one?
Yeah, that's not normal. What's going on here?
Fix it, Carson. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Usually, me and Max and Tanner are the logical ones, and you're just the village idiot. But
there's no more Nick Foles back up Carson Wentz. If
Don't-
Carson
don't
Wentz
act
goes down,
like you
our
don't-
season is over.
Don't
And
act like you don't enjoy me being a moron.
I don't. This team's too talented to be losing in what the divisional or this team is capable of winning the Super Bowl for years to come. The way it's constructed right now, Harry Roseman's done a great job assembling this team. But if Carson Wentz gets down with a major injury for the 3rd year in a row, then I just don't think at 1 or 2 years, fine. 1 year especially, 1 year anything can happen, right? 2 years a trend starts, and the 3rd season, I think you just have to cut your losses at that point.
Bad things come in threes.
Because how many years are you going to go where you can't just trust him? That's 3 years, 3 seasons in a row, and there's only 16 games plus the playoffs in the season, right? So you get down 3 seasons in a row with major injury, and we're not talking a sprained ankle here. We're talking major injuries. If it happens, I'm not saying I hope it doesn't, but if it does, I think look elsewhere. Same thing with Simmons. If he doesn't develop a jump shot, he comes out the same player. We watch all 82 games, and it gets to be like 6 months later, and Simmons is still in the playoffs the same player. I think you got to look somewhere else. And I know how talented he is.
He's on our side now.
What are you going to do with Carson Wentz?
You cut
How are
him.
you going to
Release
get rid
him.
of him? You cut him?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You don't just cut talent. What are we, Chip Kelly? You don't just cut talent.
There's a difference between cutting talent and cutting broken talent. All right.
Listen,
Was
if you
that
want a
like a wise
quarterback
ass
that's
comment?
come off a major injury and a major broken back, and now whatever, again, hypothetical, if
Yes.
something were to happen again, I mean, what does he bring to the table?
There will be a team that.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's what I'm
Buffalo,
saying.
Raiders.
Okay.
and that's what I'm
anybody.
saying. There's always going to be a team desperate for a quarterback.
Go ahead. Then pick him up. We're going to look for a quarterback that actually get on the field and play
But you can
16
get
games.
something for him if you're just you can't just outright release a franchise talented quarterback like that, regardless of his history.
It doesn't matter how talented he is
I-
if he's broken.
If he can't get on the field and play, if he can play 5 games and then that's it, then what is he worth to this team?
I'm gonna get something for him. I'm going to get something
You
for
can,
him.
okay, fine. And if you want to go out there and look for something, I'm just saying, if I'm a GM of another team, I'm not sitting there like, oh, I got to get on Carson Wentz as a free agent. The guy's had 3 major injuries in 3 straight seasons. But if there's GMs that'll do that, okay, see what you can get for him.
Oh yeah, there's always a sucker somewhere.
Yeah. But
Meh.
if not, then, I mean,
That's going to turn
know?
into a drop. I know it.
just let him go.
Sorry, Iceberg again.
There's always, every season, no matter how talented the pool is, there's always a handful of quarterbacks that are taken in the first round just because of how, prized the position is. But again, this is all hypothetical. We all love Carson. Hopefully, this season we get to a Super Bowl and we can win another one. Because I think we got the talent on this team to definitely do that.
And while we're on the subject of OTAs, I did see something that was interesting that came out. Now, once again, it's OTAs. It's no contact. They're running around in a helmet and shorts. I could really care less what the lineups is, but I seen something interesting. They put Big V Halapulavati Vaitai at right guard.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Right guard.
They put him at right guard for Brandon Brooks, and they put Isaac Siamalo at the left guard. Of course, Jason Peters, he's not going to be out there, of course. So they put Dillard at the left tackle. I find that interesting because I'm on record as saying that Vaitai is a road grader. He's a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker. And when you think in terms of guards typically are better run blockers. And I got to thinking about that, and I'm saying to myself, that just might work. That's interesting.
I agree with you because I saw Vaitai the last couple seasons where he just gets blown over by the defensive end.
Because when he's out there solo on that left or right side, it don't matter. And he's out, and it's just him and a defensive end.
His feet are too slow to move, I feel.
Correct.
Like,
And typically, you think of slow feet, you usually think of a guard type of player.
Yeah.
And, and he would be a big guard. He's 6'6", 330 pounds. That's a big behind guard. That might work.
I think it
That
will.
just
my
might
one question
work.
to you is this. If we draft Andre Dillon in the first round at left tackle, why the hell would you pay Jason Peters $13 million to play left tackle this upcoming season? That's $13 million we can put at a different position.
Okay, but are
He's
you
a
going to...
locker room guy.
You're paying a coach, basically.
Yeah.
Thank you.
$13 million for a coach, though.
Yeah, for a coach to coach the next Jason
And
Peters.
then to play a little bit, too.
No. That's a terrible idea.
No. I think you're devaluing that.
There's coaches for that. There's coaches that you pay.
There's coaches. Okay, but they're coaches. They coach. They know playbook. Players play. Coaches coach. Players are out there actually playing and engaging.
Andre Dillon is talented enough to step in there on day one and be a very, very, very talented
You're
left
correct.
tackle.
You are absolutely correct. He is.
And Peters can be like a special assistant. He can come back any day in the OTAs and with his cap and his visor on.
That's
and he
fine.
can get out there and help
But there's
everybody.
nothing like having that on the field knowledge. That's the one thing that coaches can't coach. Coaches can teach you certain techniques. Coaches can give you advice on certain things. But it's nothing like that one player who actually has been in a position for umpteen years and has been successful at it, multiple time Pro Bowler, all round talent, and getting that information straight from him.
Right.
That's a whole different.
Right.
That's a whole different
and
animal.
Peters wants to play until he's 40 too.
Now I don't think that's going to happen,
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna go on.
and that I don't think is going to happen.
All I'm saying is picture this team with Dillard at left tackle, and then you have Gerald McCoy with $13 million. You put him at defensive tackle. That's just like pretty scary.
As much as I would love
Fletcher
that,
Cox and
I
Gerald
would.
McCoy. Oh my God.
I would. Like I'm drooling at the mouth
That
for
would
Fletcher
be
Cox and Malik
unstoppable.
Jackson.
Let's talk about how we're losing Chris Long, and we've already lost Michael Bennett. So, what do you think we need to do at that position?
T, remember that conversation we had last week? And I was like, T, you're probably going to think I'm a moron, but you surprisingly agreed with me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not something they're going to do, but could you imagine just cutting Jake Elliott and what's his face? Johnston?
Yeah.
That frees up
The punter?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah, I know.
No.
But it's like
Let
imagine,
him talk this out.
Imagine you have some linebacker who can kick. Kick your field goals.
No.
As
Freeze
much-
Bear Hill is not that great of a kicker.
As
Hey,
much as I
look,
as much as I
freeze
talk
up-
about kickers and punters and how I think they're one of the most worthless positions on a football team, I'm not doing that. At least with our kicker and punter, I'm not doing that.
I kind of miss Donnie Jones, to be honest with you. He's with
Yes.
the Chargers now. I don't know why he didn't get.
Well,
he retired and then he came back.
There was
right?
a conflict between him and the Eagles. He didn't really want to retire. The Eagles said, you know what? Maybe it's time to retire. And then he went
Yeah.
with it for a few weeks and then came back.
He was great for us.
But back to your question, what you said, what we're going to do at
I
defensive
think
end.
we should be more worried about this because
Yeah.
we lost Chris Long and Michael Bennett, and that was
It is.
strong.
The
Because-
good thing that saves us here, in my opinion, Derek Barnett's come back.
That's true, but look at
Yeah,
what's
but-
behind him. You have a young Josh Sweat who barely seen the field till the end of the
Josh
season.
Sweat is not good at football.
No, you cannot depend.
can't say
you
that
can't
yet.
depend
Oh
on
my God, stop it!
I can't say that yet.
I've seen all I needed to see of Josh Sweat.
You got Josh Sweat, and then you have The young defensive end we just
Sharif
Miller, you can't depend on him
Neither-
either. We need
exactly.
somebody.
You
we
can't
need-
depend on
We
him.
need somebody there.
Neither
right
of those
now.
guys are healthy.
Now,
That's
from
gonna
what I'm
start
hearing,
Neither of those guys are
Now-
ready, I should say.
right now, from what I'm hearing, they're piping up Joe Osman. That's not doing anything for me.
No.
You have nothing on that second line.
No.
This is one of the things that I was concerned about going into the draft.
We got Vinny Curry. He's back. He fit well in our scheme, and when we won the Super Bowl.
But he only had 2.5 sacks last year.
Well, yeah, but it's a different scheme. He's back where he wants to be. He never wanted to leave Philadelphia. We just
That's
couldn't
true.
pay him. He went to get the money.
That's true,
Now he's
but
back in his scheme and he was a beast for us when we won the Super Bowl that year.
But it's the fact that we had Chris Long and Michael Bennett, and now we have who?
What? See, the problem here is Chris Long. I never thought. I
He
mean,
didn't
I
play
love Chris
many
Long as a
snaps,
guy,
but
but he really
His
he couldn't
impact
get to
was
the quarterback
felt.
last year. He couldn't get to the
He was-
quarterback. Michael Bennett's a different situation. I don't know why we got rid of Michael
yeah,
Bennett.
Michael Bennett wanted more money. That's why we got rid of Michael
yeah,
Bennett.
but I don't know.
He made
That was a whole like loyalty thing because they wanted to pay Brandon Graham, and it was between Brandon Graham and Michael Bennett.
And we talked about
and
that.
yeah, we talked about this. Even though yes, Michael Bennett has displayed that he's probably a better football player than Brandon Graham.
Yes, he has. Stat-wise.
They want to stick with the local guy. They want to stick with, and I mean that may not be the smartest decision.
Yeah,
but
like I said before, they pay loyalty over production. I just hope that
and
doesn't
Michael
become
Bennett
a trend.
Definitely did deserve that raise.
He
but
did.
Michael Bennett's a better defensive end
and
than Brandon
now
Graham.
he's on
But
New
Brandon
England.
Graham,
Yeah.
Brandon Graham's still serviceable at his position. Do I think he's a top line defensive end at this point in his career? Probably not. But he's loyal to us, or we're loyal to him, I should say, and he's put up a couple, not just a couple, a lot of great years in an Eagle jersey. So I think he's still productive. It's not like he can't get to the quarterback. He's got one job: sack the quarterback. I think he can still get there, but I think our strength over the past couple of seasons has been the rotations. We can be able to cycle through.
Yep.
This year, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. We
We can
be
do it
from
with the defensive tackle.
with the tackles, definitely. With the defensive ends, there's going to be a lot of guys out there playing a lot of snaps.
They're going to be relying a lot on the young guys. And like I said, since you got to pay Carson Wentz, you can't just go out and just trade for anybody anymore.
True.
So
we're going to be. That's the one position where we look at like, man, if these guys are young, so you know, not Brandon Graham, but Derek Barnett, if he can come back, he's the key. If he can come back and be that number one pick that we got, that type of talent,
yeah,
I think we'll be okay. But if he's shaking off the rust because he missed majority of last season and he's trying to get back into the swing of things,
he's one player he really doesn't have any time to shake off any rust. Like he has to come out there gunning.
that's the problem. So I don't, and it's not fair on him. You know,
No,
he missed
it's
the
not.
full season last year, but I think if we are able to re-sign, I know Chris Long retired, but if we can get one more somehow, some way, I think we'll be okay. But right now, yeah, it's definitely something we pay attention to, and hopefully, when the season comes, these guys can step up. Curry can get back to his production from a couple years ago, and we should be okay.
Okay, so this is Iceberg taking control of the Titanic.
Okay.
T, what was your rant? I'm curious.
All right, it's Memorial Day is coming up, so
Definitely.
everybody's gonna have the day off. Everybody's gonna be outside. Everybody's gonna be barbecuing.
Don't do it.
Are we seriously going to talk about how Hector Neris takes his wings? Ribs. Wrong part of the body.
We're not gonna. All I'm gonna say is, people do what you want to do.
Okay.
I just know from my fellow pitmasters, y'all know what the rules are. Don't mess up the rules.
Drench it in barbecue sauce.
No, do not.
Okay.
All right, Chris, what do you got, real quick?
I have a couple minutes of ranting. Okay, Tanner, leave the room. What the hell is that Game of Thrones ending?
Here we go.
Are you serious? What? Everyone.
I am pissed
all
off.
the actors. Okay, don't get me wrong. All the actors and the talent are like, I'm so proud of that ending. Okay, yeah, I get it. You've been working hard on it. What? Okay, for this story to be properly told.
It's an outrage.
For the story to be properly told, they needed 2 more whole seasons. Season 8 should have been all about dealing with the White Walkers and the Night King. Season 9 should have been all about
I hate
Cersei. And what I was ranting about last week
You're
about
not
Daenerys.
the only one that thinks that. I promise. You're not the only one.
But stop me if you disagree with anything I say. Stop me if you disagree with anything. Okay, what I was ranting about last week about what Daenerys did, that should be the ending of season 9. You piece of Swiss cheese. And you can't just have Daenerys be a bad guy for not even one episode. You have to.
She did burn down the whole city.
She needs to get drunk off her own power. We need to hate her before you do that.
I agree with you. And a lot of people are saying the same things out there. A lot of people are saying the same things.
I hate how little they used Arya in the ending of this show. I feel like the writers forgot that she went, trained, and became a flippin' assassin. Not just any assassin, a faceless assassin. You can't just have Arya from a distance keep giving Daenerys dirty looks and have her do nothing.
You know, I'm going to say this to wrap this up real fast, because I did watch with you. I personally think... T, are you cracking up?
Bran!
Tanner just walked off,
Bran
put his headphones down.
King?
He's blocking everything
Bran's
out.
the king. Tyrion. Oh, who had a better story than Bran? Everyone except maybe Hodor. Everyone had a better story.
Is there time limits on these rants?
No.
You make a lot of great points. Everything you say, a lot of people, and I've heard this from a lot of people out there, they all agree.
Everyone had a better story than Bran.
I know.
Bran
Everybody agrees with you.
Bran doesn't have legs, and he can see things.
I just want to say this to wrap this up. It ended the way you hope a TV show ended. They all got what they kind of wanted. Got what they wanted. They all kind of went their separate ways.
Yes. Okay. Sure. Everyone got what they wanted. Jon wanted to go to the north. Great. Sansa became queen in the north. Woo! Way to go, Sansa.
Yes.
And then Arya went to go be Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh,
Man, that's ludicrous.
I'm also angry because I DM'd Emilia Clarke and she hasn't gotten back to me yet.
All right. Well, hey, we'll continue this conversation after the show is over. But
Will we?
everybody, be back here next Thursday.
Emilia
11
Clarke,
a.m.
hit
to
me up. I'm
noon.
single.
11 a.m. to noon. We're back here every Thursday. People over the summer semester. Max_Gretz on the Instagram.
I'm sorry for yelling into your ears.
TYE_Hood94.
And if you missed any of our show,
Hey man, go to factorportfolio.wordpress.com and you can catch all the latest episodes.
Who's the
baby.
moron that made that website?
Oh, and congrats to Chris for graduating.
Damn time.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I graduated.
there you go, Chris.
Who cares?
Congrats. All right, Backstreet Sports. Peace.
See ya.